Coming up tonight on YCU, authorities search for a man in Ludlow who faces lewd and lascivious conduct charges with a child. New Hampshire takes a step closer to legalize medical marijuana. And we'll hear about what's coming up this spring at the Lebanon Opera House. With more news and weather, stay tuned. It's time for YCU, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region and central Vermont. News, sports, weather, public affairs, and all that's happening in our area. The news on YCU, your local view.
Good evening, I'm David Carmichael. A winter storm warning is posted for the entire state of New Hampshire starting tonight and lasting through the day Tuesday. The snow is expected to start developing around midnight for the southern and central parts of the state. If the storm stays a wet, heavy snow, some southern areas could see more than a foot. However, there's a possibility the storm could turn into a wintry mix and bring some rain. Early estimates call for 8 to 14 inches at the highest elevations in our region. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast to see what's going to happen. For tomorrow, a wintry mix with some strong winds to go along with it. The bulk of the storm will be over by Wednesday morning, but scattered snow and rain showers may continue into Thursday, where we're going to have a lot of flurries. Friday clearing up for a partly cloudy day, and Saturday looking to be great to hit up those mountains one last time for this season with a high near 40 degrees. Police say a child molester is in custody after hiding from authorities for months. The Vermont Violent Offender Task Force says agents searched a mountainous area near Okemo Resort for hours on Friday, where agents were on snowmobiles and in a Homeland Security aircraft to find 40-year-old Charles Baker of Danbury. Baker is an avid outdoorsman and has been living in a tent since his arrest warrant was issued in September. He faces lewd and lascivious conduct with a child along with other charges. After a hand vote, Croydon residents said yes on Saturday at the Croydon Annual School Meeting on Warrant Article 5 to keep their 4th grade students in Croydon beginning in 2014. Last year, the town bought a mobile schoolroom to keep kindergarten students in Croydon instead of sending them to Newport. The extra room also provides the option of keeping students in Croydon for an additional year. Currently, students in grades 3 through 12 attend schools in Newport. Last year, the town voted for parents to have the choice of sending their students to other school districts in the 2014-2015 school year. Pine, the new restaurant at the Hanover Inn, opened last week and is serving American cuisine with a farm-to-table concept using fresh and local ingredients. Currently, dinner is only offered, but eventually they will serve a Sunday brunch in addition to dinner and lunch 7 days a week. The Hanover Inn is owned by Dartmouth College and it reopened for business this past June after extensive renovations, which began in 2011. Landmark gun control legislation may have been passed in the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee last week, but its chairman said Saturday its ultimate success is far from certain. Senator Patrick Leahy was speaking with citizens in Bellows Falls. He has spent close to 40 years rising through the power ranks in the nation's capital. The Senate Judiciary Committee on Thursday voted 10-8 along strict party lines to advance a gun control bill that would reinstate a ban on assault weapons, including high-capacity magazines, and calls for enhanced background checks for gun buyers. To Leahy, himself a gun owner who does some target shooting while at home in Vermont, the changes are common sense. In the state of Vermont, you can't go hunting with anything larger than a 6-round clip. New Hampshire may take a step closer to legalize medical marijuana this week, with a House vote scheduled on a proposal that would have sanctioned 5 dispensaries and allow patients or caregivers to grow up to 3 adult plants. An amended version of a bill that restricted out-of-state patients from purchasing or growing marijuana in New Hampshire and tightening other language was overwhelmingly approved by a House committee. The New Hampshire legislature has previously passed 3 medical marijuana bills, all vetoed by former Governor John Lynch. Governor Maggie Hassan has endorsed a tightly regulated medical marijuana law, but raises concerns about the bill's home grow option. When you think of the state of New Hampshire, what color comes to mind? The state legislature is voting on a bill this week that would make orange, red, and yellow the official colors of the Granite State. A class of 4th graders lobbied for the bill as a way to highlight New Hampshire's colorful fall foliage. 2 years ago, the House killed a bill to make purple the official state color. After the break, meet Jim Bellata, the director of Ragged Mountain Ski Patrol.
The YCU News continues in a moment.